Come on into the live. Come on into the live. I'm going to get started with some words of encouragement. My name is Corwin L. Gilliams. I am the creator of CLG Lifestyle. CLG Lifestyle is a lifestyle brand influencing you to love self. And I create content that is inspirational, that is intended to motivate you and empower you to becoming 1 second. I create content that is aimed at empowering you to becoming the best version of yourself. And so I talk a lot about purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I talk a lot about the importance of discovering your purpose, especially as a man. There is something different happens in your life when you have discovered purpose, okay? When I talk about purpose, I'm talking about your God-given calling, right? I'm talking about what God created for you to do before you had all these other options, when it comes to jobs and opportunity, right? What did God create you to do? And so I basically, made a decision with my life that I was not going to do anything, anymore that I didn't want to do, right? I was not going to pursue any opportunity when it comes to making money or how to live. I did that for a large part of my life, for the first part of my life. I'm 36. I'm going to be 37 in August of 2025. And I realized that there's no place I would rather be than in the call of God for my life. And this message, this live is going to, I guess, give you, some encouragement, as I said before. But I know, at the end of the day, you want everyone to receive what you're saying. You want everybody that, you're trying to empower and help to receive it and to get it. But sometimes, it's just one person out of 1,000, right? Sometimes it's nobody, but you just keep going, you just keep doing, you keep believing, and you believe that, the one who gave you the vision, and I'm talking about God, God who gave you the purpose, who gave you the call, who, because of your faithfulness, at times when you didn't know where you were going to sleep or what you were going to eat, that call and that desire, to live out God's purpose for your life, it just doesn't go away, right? And it's a sure tell sign that you're doing what you were created to do, that you're in purpose. But it's not without struggles, it's not without trials, it's not without testing. This is just how it works, right? When it comes to quick pleasures and desires, that are fleeting, right? So for instance, most times when people want to feel good about themselves, or they want to have a feel-good emotion, they'll engage, for the most part. If it's not sex, it's some type of drugs. If it's not drugs, it's alcohol. If it's not either of those things, it may be more clean. It may be, let's say, Six Flags, right? It may be a theme park if you're someone who likes thrill rides, or if you like going to the movies, or if you like, you're a social butterfly and you get off on just talking, right? I know some people who that's their drug, just talking, talking about themselves, just talking, being around people, right? And so all of those things that I just mentioned, whether it's respected or not respected, valued or not, all of them are outside of you as an individual. All of them, in order for you to access it, you need to look outside of you. And what your purpose does, in contrast to that, is it fills you up because it comes from the inside. So all of the blogs that I've written, all of the articles that I've written, I have almost 1,000 videos on YouTube, literally. I'm literally almost at 900, okay? I can say 1,000, right? And um, and I don't, in my opinion, based on other people's platforms, and I'm just using it as a frame of reference. I'm not comparing. But based on other people's platforms, I'm like, God, I have over almost 900 videos on YouTube. Why is it that I still only have 240 subscribers? Why is it that my platform is not yet monetized? Why is it that I'm not generating income from this platform? And I've put in the work, right? So, and these are legit human questions. You know what I'm saying? You wanna know, like, why, right? What's going on? What am I not being authentic? Like, what's going on with me, right? And so I did a live yesterday that talk about persistence, right? And put in the best. Thank you, and I thank you for joining the live. Right? I talked about how, in order for you to achieve a level of to achieve like certain desires, the manifestation of certain desires, there's a level of persistence that needs to be accomplished. Okay, and some of the people who you look up to as far as celebrities and stuff like that, right, who have done the work, they're in their gifts, they're in their talents, they're doing what they believe they were created to do, they'll tell you the key is to not give up, right? The key is to remain determined, and another word for determination is persistence. And so God brought back to use some words of encouragement to help me just keep going, right? So this word is for you, right? Job. So I'm called to talk about the story of Job, right? Job was a phenomenal man of God who went through some trials and tribulations in the word, right? He was known by God and the kingdom of heaven to be a faithful man of God, and the enemy basically wanted to test him. The enemy was like, the devil was like, listen, Job is only serving you because of what you do for him. If you were to take away his wealth, his influence, his children, all of these things, he wouldn't serve you, right? He wouldn't be honorable to you. And that is what the enemy does. The enemy, he is to test you. He's going to put you through the ringer. He's going to have you question your faith, question God's call for your life, what God is calling you to do. But the key is to remain faithful. And so God was like, okay, I don't think so. I know Job loves me for me. I know Job's heart. I know just because I blessed Job and I have made Job prosperous and abundant, it doesn't mean that he is not going to serve me if I were to take it all away. So God said, okay, if you feel that way, Satan, go ahead and take everything from him, but do not take his life, okay? So long story short, Job, went through some really catastrophic experiences, from losing his children, his family, the wealth that he had. He was even actually sick physically. The enemy also will attack your health, will attack your mind, will attack your body, if not your finances, will attack your relationships, etc. And so so eventually, Job was going through it, right? And so people who knew Job as the man that he was a very prominent man. His friends was coming and was basically giving their opinion. So people always have their opinions about you when you're going through something. Everyone always feel like they know why you're going through what you're going through, right? And so through it all, the point of the story is, through it all, Job remained faithful, and ultimately he passed the test. And so in your journey to whatever God is calling you or creating you to do, I talked about persistence. There is, I don't know how long your season is going to be. I don't know how long you're going to have to be determined. I don't know how long you're going to have to stay on track and be persistent. But there is a level of persistence that is required for the manifestation of your dreams and the desires that God gives you. So my message to you is, never give up. The word says don't give up in well-doing. Continue to do good. Continue to be faithful. Continue doing the good works. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you have to do, continue building. As I said, for myself, I have almost 900 videos on YouTube, right? Not even considering the other platforms that I use, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, my actual website, where I write articles and stuff like that, revolved around faith and revolved around your identity. All of these things, right? I can put a number to, and I can equate it to say, okay, you know what? Well, where is the traction? Where is, the increase? With that being said, I can't stop. I can't stop creating content. You know what I mean? I can't stop creating content. I can't stop, doing lives. I can't stop just doing what it is that I love. And that is a short tell sign that you're in purpose. That's a short tell sign that you're doing what God has called you to do, because in the testing and on the journey, it's aimed to see, okay, well, is he or she going to give up? Is he going to give up? Is she going to give up? When the going gets going and it gets hard and it gets difficult, are you going to give up? So here is your word of encouragement. Don't give up. I've been walking with the Lord, and since 2016, I had my radical experience with God, and it has forever changed my life. We've been around the United States of America for the most part. I drove from New York City to the west side. Well, first I was in New York, then I lived in Virginia Beach for a little bit, and then from Virginia Beach to the west side, right? And so I just kept going, just kept going. There were times where I felt like giving up. There were times where depression and anxiety and the fear of not knowing what's next, being in places, that were not more sketchy is not even a word. But nonetheless, God, as he said to Jeremiah, and many of the prophets and the people of God that he chose, he said, I will be with you wherever you go. I will never leave you nor forsake you. So during your journey, right, your journey to your promised land and the manifestation of your desires and God's promises for your life, you're going to go through some things, right? You're going to have these experiences that are going to make you question, Lord, am I doing the right thing? And I also want to say, God will also affirm that you are where you're supposed to be. He's been doing that with me lately with numbers, and I'm literally waking me up out of my sleep so that I can see and hear what God is saying to me. So God will talk to you however he chooses to talk to you. He will affirm you in ways that he will affirm you, where you will know without a shadow of a doubt that it is the Lord, right? So that's all I wanted to say. Just keep going, keep believing, keep dreaming, keep seeking, keep knocking, and at the right time and in the right moment, before you look up, there it is. Though he slay me, yet will I serve him. And I believe those were the words of Job when he was at the lowest, and everyone had their opinions and had their feelings. He said, though he slay me, he talking about God, though he slay me, yet will I serve him. So when you get to that point of feeling like giving up, you say in your heart and you say it out loud to the devil, though he slay me, glory to God, yet will I serve him. So with that being said, beautiful people, I'm Corwin L. Gilliams from CLG Lifestyle. Thank you so much for tuning into this live, and I will see you guys very soon.